Imagine life without a refrigerator. No cold drinks, no frozen pizza, and certainly no place for your leftover barbecue ribs. It might sound like a survival challenge, but for the Amish, it's just another day. They've found brilliant ways to preserve meat without touching a single watt of electricity. And the results? Shockingly tasty. Now, let's be honest, most of us can't even imagine going 24 hours without opening the fridge door. We're used to the comforting hum of appliances, the convenience of leftovers, and the frozen backup meals we rely on when cooking feels like too much. But take that all away, and you've entered Amish territory. Here, survival isn't just practical, it's flavorful, sustainable, and full of tradition. While most of us rush to vacuum seal and freeze everything in sight, the Amish turn to age-old wisdom. Their homes are living museums of practicality, where food preservation isn't a forgotten art, it's everyday life. In fact, when it comes to keeping meat fresh, they don't just survive without modern tech, they thrive. Let's kick things off with salt, that simple white mineral we casually shake over our fries. It's a preservation powerhouse. The Amish use it in generous handfuls, rubbing it deeply into cuts of pork, beef, or chicken. What's the science here? Salt draws out moisture, and moisture is what bacteria love. No water, no spoilage. Simple, but don't think this is some slapdash effort. There's precision involved. Every corner of the meat is coated, pressed, and packed with care. Some Amish families even pass down their own salt curing ratios like treasured heirlooms. They may not write them in books, but they know it by heart, learned at Grandpa's elbow. The results? A flavor-rich meat that can last for months and taste better than anything pulled from a freezer. Salt curing also brings people together. It's not unusual to see a family gather in the barn, elbow deep in salt, laughing and swapping stories as they prepare meat for the winter. It's more than preservation. It's a tradition wrapped in community. Now, let's add a little smoke to the story. Smoking isn't just for summer cookouts. It's a serious preservation method. The Amish have perfected the technique, slowly dehydrating meats with fragrant woods like hickory or apple. This not only enhances flavor, but creates a tough environment for bacteria. Heat, smoke, and low moisture, spoilage doesn't stand a chance. Step into an Amish smokehouse and you'll find sausages, bacon, and hams hanging like trophies. The air smells like tradition and slow-cooked patience. Done right, smoked meats can last months, sometimes longer, and each bite carries the signature of careful craftsmanship. It's not just about taste, it's about pride in doing things the right way. Next up, sugar curing. Think of it as salt's sweeter sibling. By blending sugar with salt, the Amish create a preservation technique that also pleases the taste buds. It's especially common with ham and bacon. The sugar balances out the salt, adds depth of flavor, and still draws out moisture. This method brings a subtle sweetness to savory meats, a delightful surprise with every bite. And don't underestimate its staying power. Sugar-cured meats can hold up for a long time if stored right, making them perfect for long winters or big family gatherings. And let's face it, who doesn't love bacon that tastes like a hint of Sunday morning pancakes? But here's a twist. Not every meat gets the sugar treatment. Some need a tangy kick. Enter vinegar. Vinegar brining is a method where meat is soaked in a mix of acidic liquid, herbs, and sometimes spices or sugar. The Amish often use it for sausages and fish, creating a flavor profile that's equal parts preservation and palate pleasing. The acidity of vinegar creates an unfriendly environment for bacteria, while infusing the meat with sharp, punchy flavor. Think of it as meat with personality. And the best part? It can stay edible for weeks, even longer in a cool cellar. Speaking of cool cellars, let's talk storage. The Amish rely on natural refrigeration, root cellars dug into the earth. These dark, humid-free chambers maintain a steady, cool temperature year-round. No buttons to push, no humming motors, just nature doing the work. These cellars aren't just meat lockers. You'll find shelves of vegetables, canned goods, and sometimes even fruit. It's an all-in-one pantry powered by insulation and centuries of know-how. Properly cured meat hanging in a root cellar can stay good for months, retaining flavor and texture the whole time. Some Amish root cellars are marvels of organization, like stepping into a hobbit pantry built for efficiency. But winter brings another trick up the Amish sleeve: outdoor freezing. When the snow falls and temperatures plummet, they turn their backyards into walk-in freezers. Meat is safely hung in covered outdoor setups, shielded from the elements with burlap or wooden shelters. No electricity? No problem. Nature provides all the cold needed, and if done right, this method can preserve meat for weeks or even months. It's an ingenious use of climate, and it means that Amish don't just cope with winter, they prepare for it. Picture children bundled in coats, running outside to check on the meat like it's treasure. Now, here's one you might not expect: preserving meat in lard. Yes, lard. By slowly rendering fat from pork or beef and pouring it over cooked meat, the Amish create a natural seal. Once the fat hardens, it locks out air and moisture. That meat, it's now protected for months. This method is old, like really old. It's been used since the Middle Ages, but the Amish still use it today because it works. And the added bonus? The fat can be reused in cooking later. It's preservation with zero waste. And let's be honest, everything tastes better when cooked in a little lard. Drying meat is another staple. Think jerky, but traditional. Meat is sliced thin, seasoned, and hung to dry in warm, airy barns. Sometimes they'll use the sun, other times just a breeze will do. The goal is to eliminate moisture, concentrating the flavor and extending shelf life. This dried meat can last for ages and be rehydrated later in soups or stews. It's the original grab-and-go protein snack, and when made with Amish spices and care, it's next-level delicious. It's the kind of snack you keep hidden in your coat pocket, just in case. We can't forget pressure canning. While it does require some mechanical help, it's still common in Amish kitchens. Meats are sealed in glass jars and cooked under high pressure, killing bacteria and preserving the contents for years. It's the perfect way to deal with large harvests or leftover cuts. Once canned, meat can sit on a shelf for 3 to 5 years. It's the kind of pantry stash that gets you through emergencies, snowstorms, or just a lazy Sunday dinner. And when you open one of those jars, it's like unlocking a little piece of the past. And then there's pemmican, a survival food originally crafted by indigenous peoples. The Amish have adopted and perfected it. Pemmican is a mix of dried meat, rendered fat, and sometimes berries. It's dense, packed with energy, and nearly indestructible. The beauty of pemmican lies in its simplicity. You don't need a fridge, freezer, or even a stove. It can last for years and provide solid nutrition in any situation. It's the original energy bar, only made with real food and timeless technique. A single slice can fuel a farmer through an entire day in the field. So next time your fridge goes on the fritz, or you're wondering what people did before deep freezers, think about the Amish. Salt, smoke, sugar, vinegar, lard, cellars, cold air, and age-old patience. They're not just keeping meat from going bad, they're elevating it in a world obsessed with speed and convenience. The Amish remind us that sometimes the best flavor comes from slowing down. Their meat preservation methods aren't just functional, they're delicious proof that tradition still has a place on the table. And maybe, just maybe, they know something we've forgotten: that food made with patience, purpose, and care is always worth the wait. What do you think of these techniques which the Amish use to preserve their meat without refrigeration? Let us know your thoughts and reservations in the comments below. If you enjoyed watching this, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe now and hit that notification bell. See you in the next video.